The ASX 200 has closed up 0.4% for the week, led higher by healthcare, utilities, as well as industrials. Despite actually seeing those oil prices stabilising somewhat over the week, we actually did continue to see that energy sector weighing on the market, down another 5.4%, and of course materials also did continue to weigh. Having a look on the data front, of course, we had Australia's third quarter GDP coming through, which was up 0.3%, but really showing that growth has slowed. We saw real gross domestic income down 0.4%, and that was actually the second consecutive quarter of contraction, really showing that we have now hit an income recession, and that's in relation to those falling commodity prices. As a result, expectations of an interest rate cut have actually now intensified, and that certainly was a focus during the week. On the positive side of things, we saw retail sales data beating expectations, and that certainly has been good news, particularly for a lot of those retailers in the lead up to the Christmas trading period. We saw those building approvals reversing the declines that we did see in September, and also the trade deficit had fallen. Over in China, we saw the official manufacturing read coming through, missing expectations, but that services sector data was actually slightly better than expected. Over in Europe, of course, the ECB overnight disappointed markets with no fresh stimulus measures potentially until early next year. And of course, over in the US, we are continuing to see strong data coming through, showing an improvement over in the economy over in the US. Of course, tonight it will be all eyes on that US jobs data, where we are expecting potentially 230,000 additional jobs to have been added last month. And of course, on Sunday, the Murray Financial System Inquiry report will be very closely watched, particularly for any recommendations in terms of those banking financial capital requirements. Looking at the week ahead, on Monday we have ANZ job advertisements through for November. On Tuesday we have NAB's business confidence as well as China's trade balance data. On Wednesday we have Westpac's consumer confidence data as well as housing finance data over here in Australia. And on Thursday, of course, the big focus will be on that employment data in Australia, where we are expecting to see relatively flat jobs growth, but potentially expecting that unemployment rate to increase to 6.3%. Finally, on Friday, we have Westpac's AGM, and of course in China we have retail sales, industrial production and fixed asset investment through as well. Certainly will be another big week ahead, but I think the focus will continue to remain on those oil prices, commodity prices and of course financials following that Murray review on Sunday.